Hi, my name is Afifa Shah, and today I have the greatest honor of introducing my best friend, Selin Hepvar. 4 years ago, when I got the email that I'd be touring a potential new student, I was excited and of course a little nervous. I even tried searching her up, but Google didn't tell me much. Thankfully, over the years, I've learned everything I need to know about Selin, not from the internet, but from her words, actions, and even her love for comfort, whether it's her signature skort and light blue sweatshirt, or her preference for all things cotton and only the stretchiest jeans. But beyond that, Selin is comfort. Her presence is always warm, and her humor never fails to brighten any room. She's been my biggest supporter, showing me endless love and support and kindness when I've needed it most. Since arriving at St. Mary's in freshman year, leaving behind her international fencing legacy, Selin has continued to excel, both in academics and in all our hearts. So without further delay, I give you my best friend and a person full of beauty and brains, Selin Hepvar.
Making a mistake or messing up in front of a large group of people has always been a big fear of mine. All my life, especially in high school, I've avoided uncomfortable situations just to escape making mistakes. When I first moved from Turkey to Tennessee at 14, another layer was added to this fear: language. I was worried about mispronouncing words, struggling to articulate my thoughts, or simply looking like a fool in front of everyone. Whether it was just giving a presentation, raising my hand to answer a question, or joining a conversation with people I wasn't familiar with, and the list goes on and on. So often, I chose to stay quiet or refrain from trying new things rather than risk making a mistake because I didn't want to publicly fail. But looking back now, I realize that avoiding mistakes also meant missing out on moments that make life interesting. After all, my life has never been free of failures, missteps, or embarrassing moments. In fact, I've been making mistakes for as long as I can remember. For example, when I was 11, I decided to build my own canoe. Using an inflatable pool bed, an old pair of flippers, and a broomstick, I created what I proudly called the Inflatable Canoe 2.0. My grandmother, cousin, and I spent an entire summer paddling back and forth to an island, and for a while, I truly believed I had mastered engineering. Until, of course, the inevitable happened. The canoe nearly sank, and my creation was regrettably laid to rest. Moving from Istanbul to Memphis proved to be a much greater challenge than sailing to an island in a vessel held only together by persistence and waterproof tape. But if I learned anything from both experiences, it's that sometimes the best stories come from the moments when things don't go as planned. So today, I decided to share with you some of my mistakes and embarrassing moments to prove both to you and myself that it's okay to mess up as long as we embrace and learn from our mistakes. Number 1, when I didn't listen to my dad, and that one time we were on a boat and accidentally stepped on an open hatch, somehow getting my entire leg stuck in it, which resulted in him having to pull me out of the hatch while everybody else watched. Number 2, when my cousin and I ignored my aunt's warnings and decided it would be a good idea to stand up on a canoe in the middle of the sea and see who could stay upright the longest and had the better balance. Of course, as a result, the canoe carrying all our food and clothes flipped in front of everybody watching from the beach. To make matters worse, my cousin, who was only 6 at the time and couldn't swim long distances without his flippers, watched as his flippers slowly sank to the bottom of the sea while we could do nothing but watch. Number 3, when my friend and I were bored at a hotel room after a fencing tournament and thought it would be genius to make slime by using hotel shampoo, conditioner, toilet paper, and salt that we stole from the dining hall. You might ask what the mistake was here. Well, after some thoughtful consideration and influenced by the 2018 YouTube prank videos, we decided to put this concoction on our other friend's face, who made the mistake of sleeping earlier than us. Our intention was to give her a fake beard. We thought it was pretty funny at the time, until she woke up the next day with a chemical burn on her face. And yes, we're still friends to this day. And finally, number 4, when I didn't get enough sleep before a US history test and my brain decided to betray me, I accidentally confused a regular word for another word that Miss Ray said I can't say in front of you guys. This, of course, earned me a trip to Dr. Lyon's class to apologize for my slight confusion, which thankfully was met with nothing but laughter. For so long, I thought avoiding mistakes meant avoiding embarrassment, but in reality, it just meant that I avoided my experiences. Each of these moments felt like the end of the world when they happened. But now, they're some of my favorite stories. They remind me that mistakes aren't something to run from, they're a part of the adventure. So as we step to the next chapter of our lives, let's not be afraid to mess up. Let's make mistakes, laugh at them, learn from them, and keep going. Because those are the moments that make life worth telling stories about. Thank you.